Look at me. Information may be the most valuable commodity back then, but now, if you want to control this city, if you want to make a name for yourself, this is the most valuable commodity. In order to be a boss, you gotta smell like one. What is going on, everybody? Joe here today to go ahead and review for you all a fragrance from the house. It's a small indie niche house called Authenticity Perfumes, and this fragrance is one of their newer releases. It is called Fresh Boss. So, Fresh Boss was released this year in 2021. This is a fragrance that when you initially spray it, you're gonna get this blast of orange. It's not super zesty, but it's not super sweet. Just enough to keep it kind of intriguing throughout the duration of the fragrance life. And it's also gonna then be followed up with this peppercorn, which is gonna give it like this fresh spiciness to it that just ends up providing just some extra character, if you will. Followed by the peppermint. And you're also going to get some vetiver and patchouli in there to provide more freshness and just this like green kind of quality to it. You're also going to get a little bit of rose in there just to make it unique. And you're going to have sandalwood also in the base, which gives it like a semi creaminess but not super creamy. It's actually more on the woody side of sandalwood than super creamy. And black currant. Black currant is kind of the glue that keeps this all together and keeps everything smooth throughout the duration. A little bit of sweetness here, you know, just to add a little bit extra flair, if you will. Authenticity Perfumes prides themselves on lasting 12 hours. And I mean, while I didn't have a stopwatch every single time that I wore the fragrance, I do know from the times that I did test it and I put a nice little dent in it that they do stand up to what they are trying to guarantee, which is that their fragrances do last for 12 hours. Now, I haven't tried all their fragrances. This is the only one, the first one, and I plan to try more later on. But for now, this does hold up at about the 12-hour mark. Projection initially does sit kind of closer because at the end of the day, they went more for the actual longevity of it. So it does go out to about 1.5 to 2 foot projection when you first spray it. Then after about the initial 3 hours is where most of the performance lies, which is within that like 1/2 foot, 8-inch radius, if you will. That lasted for another like 6 to 7 hours. And then for the final 3, it was somewhat a skin scent, but not so much of a skin scent that it had to be brought up to here. More like, you know, about right there. Still with a little bit of sillage when you wave or, you know, you pass somebody. And if you are like laying down somewhere, it will definitely still stick to the fabric. Speaking of, please do not spray this on your clothes because this is such a high oil concentration and it's orange in this case. It will stain if you're wearing those lighter shirts, just a FYI. Seasons and when to wear this. Me personally, you don't have to be a man or a woman. This kind of does tote the line of unisex, although more on the masculine side of unisex because of the like vetiver patchouli combination, but then the notes of like sandalwood, rose, and black currant also help, you know, provide that ambiguous line of that it totes, basically. And yeah, so fall and spring, you could wear this in the winter and the summer if you're in like a controlled environment or it's a summer night. This comes off a little bit more for work, maybe a casual night out. I wouldn't necessarily bring this out on the date. Someone may find it appealing, but I have much better fragrances. I have other fragrances, if you will, that I do prefer than this for a date, and I believe after looking at some of their catalog that they have other offerings that are better for a date as well in some of their names. So it is what it is, but definitely good for the work, good for like a kind of like a even casual Friday type of situation, and like I said, nights out, school, stuff like that. This is a fragrance that you can wear once you are about the age of 18 and up. You know, this does require at least a little bit of bass in your voice. Some sort of puberty need to have been hit at this point if you are a man. If you are a girl, about the same, just because you'll kind of have a hard time appreciating this if you aren't at least 18, 19, you know, hitting your woman status. Presentation. So as you see, this is the box. It will not be thrown because this is an indie brand 50% oil concentration. You see it on the box right there, 12 hours, AP logo, Authenticity Perfumes.com written on each side. Nothing there, nothing there, plastic. You know, I do like their presentation. By the way, these come in 2-ounce bottles. The bottle itself, you got the silver thing with Fresh Boss written in the orange parfum down there. And then just some of the ingredients that it was made with. This is similar to a lot of your decanter bottles. So for those who have tried it, kind of already know. And this is the sprayer. There you go. Fragrance also does come with a pouch. It doesn't really work with the box being in the pouch. However, if you just take the bottle like so and throw it into the pouch, it provides easy travel. You could hook this up or just throw it in a bag, so this way sunlight doesn't get to it, and you could kind of just tote it on your way. I think that was a nice touch by them on their end. So there are my thoughts on Fresh Boss from Authenticity Perfumes. I really want to try a few more of their other fragrances. Summer Vibes is one that I really want to try because of that has a cannabis note in it. Really interested in that. And also, I want to try their flagship, Authenticity Perfumes or Parfums, or Authenticity by Authenticity Parfums. Something along the lines, but that is their like flagship fragrance. Overall, I'm impressed. Have you tried anything from Authenticity Perfumes? Let me know in the comments down below. Again, like I mentioned, because of the high oil concentrations, it will leave a little bit sheen on your hands, so just be prepared for that. Do not spray it on your clothes. Just a warning, FYI, unless you just don't like the shirts that you're wearing. But let me know in the comments down below. Have you tried anything? What you think? Or have you had a chance to look at their catalog, and which ones would you be interested in? Thank you all for watching. My name's Joe. Until the next time, I'll see you all later.